Good evening and welcome to Realty Coffee Talk on Awaz Entertainment. My name is Tahir Qureshi. I'm a fellow of Royal Institute of Canada, broker of record for City Pro Realty Inc. Brokerage, and your host. The goal of Realty Coffee is to increase awareness, building consumer confidence in real estate, and also promote good ethics and professional practices. Today I picked up this topic, how real estate works in Ontario, because lots of changes are happening. As a realtor perspective, as well as consumer. There are a couple of stages when a person, a consumer, wishes to enter into a real estate profession. First stage would be to learn how to become a real estate professional, salesperson, broker, real estate agent. You go to RECO, RECO.CA, the regulator, Real Estate Council of Ontario, that mandated by Ontario government to implement education, registration, compliance, and consumer protection program. So everyone who wants to become a real estate professional have to go through education. You go to reco.on.ca and they will link you to Humber College because they've been designated as a school that give you education. So once you get your license, education, you go to a real estate brokerage. There are three types of brokerage. Self-proprietor, that means a person who has enough experience to qualify to be registered as a broker. It has to be a personal name, and then all liability that goes with a personal business. Then second type of brokerage is two partners, two real estate professionals open up a partnership and enter into agreement and registered with RECO as a partner brokerage. Third one is a corporation, which is very common. My brokerage, City Pro Realty, is a brokerage. So they're all brokerage are registered under TRESA, Trust in Realty Services Act. It became effective on 1st December 2023. Lots of changes have happened since then because of this TRESA. The most important thing that you see is that you get to receive a RECO information guide as a residential, and there is a one for commercial. It gives you various options for you to engage with the real estate brokerage. The biggest change that came in that you don't have any customer service. Either you engage and hire a brokerage to perform services as a seller representative or buyer representative, or you are a self-represented party. We used to have a realtor working with a realtor firm from Korea that we always use. But this RECO information guide replaced that. And it's almost 13 pages, which we normally send it through RECO website to you to see it, acknowledge that you've been given it. And then when we meet with you, consumer, to discuss with you by engaging as a listing brokerage, that means seller representation through brokerage, or seller designated representation through brokerage, or buyer representation through brokerage, or designated buyer representation through brokerage. Designation means a person representing the buyer or the seller are designated. They were the only chosen by a client to perform services. So you have very clear instruction there. when you are designated an agent to perform services, there is an obligation on the part of the broker record, who's a complying officer, like I am a complying officer for City Pro Realty Brokerage, to make sure the person who is designated is performing the duty under the law and as per the representation agreement. For some reason, the person is not available or goes away for extended period of time during the period of agreement, then the broker record should ask the seller or the buyer that the person that you designated is going to away, and if you want replacement, we can designate somebody else in our brokerage to perform services until that person come back. And this should be in the agreement, listing agreement or buyer representation agreement, designation representation agreement. So if the client say yes, then you can propose names and they choose one and you amend the listing or buyer representation agreement to include that person. If they say no, I don't want to continue, they have the option to terminate. This is very important for consumer to know that. So when you are negotiating an agreement with a real estate professional, you know that, how this works. Also, multiple representation, there is a issue. When you have a designated person that represents the buyer and the seller, even though it's one brokerage and they are independent from each other, monitored by the broker record, then there is no issue as long as they are not in a multiple representation, because they are designated buyer representation and seller representation. But if they are not designated, then is a multiple representation. You require disclosure, consent, and acknowledgement prior to proceeding with the offer presentation. And this is very critical for consumer to understand. Also, when we are setting up a date or time for receiving an offer, you will commonly see when real estate agent lists low price to attract offers, there is a lot of responsibility on the top of on the real estate agent that is selling or listing agent to disclose information if they have any special arrangement in terms of discounting the price if he end up with a multiple representation. RECO discourages multiple representation. So you, buyer and the seller as a client, have a totally independent, honest, competent professional services to represent each other, to bargain. And during this process, if there are multiple offers, and you have to disclose number of offers to the client. Now, law permits that content of the offer can be disclosed except personal information. It depends on the seller. Seller will allow whatever content they want to accept the personal information. And if the seller wants that, then there is a need for and the responsibility of the seller agent or listing agent to disclose that information prior to inviting offers. Because some people may not compete. Some may not want to disclose their prices when they're offering. They don't want their offer to be disclosed, whether it's a firm offer or with conditions. Seller has the right, but the buyer may not want to. So it may backfire. It all depends on the authority and authorization of your client, which is a seller. And this buyer is free to participate or not to participate. And there are always consequences when you have multiple representation. You have multiple offer, and some people may not come back when you counter. Are you countering it? Are you accepting it? Are you rejecting it? It all depends of the strategy the seller, agent, and the seller has directed. We have a form that we upload direction of the seller regarding a offer. We declare that if there is any changes to that direction, then the seller's agent has to disclose to all people who have visited the property, and also particularly when you have a bidding war or offers are coming, competing offers, then they have to share with all who have submitted the offers. It's better to let everybody know. You never know if somebody has not participated. Maybe they think about it and they come back to you. So these are the changes that are happening. And the other most important change was a self-represented party. During my almost 29 plus, 19 years plus real estate service, I have seen many times consumers comes in and they say, we know everything about real estate. I just want you to fill out the form and charge me less or give me the kickback because I am doing my work. And we say, no, it's not going to happen. I'm going to take care of the things and I provide you professional service. We deliver value to service. Now, under TRESA, yes, you can represent yourself. You are authorized to represent yourself as a buyer or even a seller. Particularly, it applies to when they see the listing from a listing broker and the buyer wants to see whether they see virtual tour and also or they are coming to your open house and they want to represent themselves. They ask questions. I was in open house last weekend and they asked question and I said, I need to share with you the RICO guide. And then we need to talk about that. Until you become engaged with my brokerage, and I have to designate another broker to represent a buyer because I am designated seller representative in my listing. So you can see that the reaction of the buyers. They don't like to hear that. I'm telling you the truth. But we have to comply with that law. Either you want our services to follow the guideline, we are mandated as a registrant to follow the law. Or you self-represent your, then they will ask questions about the price, the market, and what is your opinion, what is this and that. You can't give, we cannot give you opinion, we cannot give you any guidance, we cannot give you any service until a buyer representation agreement is signed, because you're an open house, you're a listing broker, somebody else is coming into your open house. So this attitude has to change. People have to understand that no realtor will be allowed to enter the arrangement without having a RICO information guide, because that's the first thing we have to do to educate you about relationship and choices that you have and benefits you have working with a registrant. RICO did an amazing job. They will be commended for an excellent job. Much better than what we have working with a realtor we have used for the last 19 years. Amazing. So when you have candid conversation, you're sitting. First, you send it out via email from RICO site, and then when you have one-to-one conversation, you explain them. And they need to acknowledge that when was your information sent and when you discuss and your broker name, brokerage name, and then seller or buyer and their date, they acknowledge that. So it's amazing. And then you enter into a buyer representation or seller representation. And this is very, very important that you know what's going on. So this is a very, very important topic, because we're going to continue our conversation real estate, how it works. It's not that anybody who can come and start working on real estate. You got to have a license in the province of Ontario, and you must have a valid license, and you practice in real estate. We're going to take a short break. We're going to come back and continue our conversation how real estate works in Ontario.
Thinking of buying or selling real estate? Call us today. We are one-stop solution provider for your real estate needs. Our commission plans to meet your budget. Buy, sell, or build. We can help. Think of us today. Call us at 905-785-9923. Your satisfaction is guaranteed. Thank you.
Welcome to SFK Law, where we're committed to providing legal guidance tailored to your needs. When it comes,
My name is Timur Shah. I'm the managing partner of Shah & Shah Law.
welcome to When it comes to real estate law, every detail matters. At SFK Law, we will assist you whether you're buying, selling, or refinancing your property. We'll guide you throughout the process with complete transparency.
Whether you're an employer or an employee, our team will provide expert guidance and representation to safeguard your rights and interests. Whether you're an existing business owner or you're looking to buy or sell a business, at SFK Law, we can help you structure the transaction from start to finish.
If you're searching for a lawyer, contact us today to schedule your consultation.
My name is Timur Shah. I'm the managing partner of Shah & Shah Lawyers. At our firm, we do personal injury, real estate, immigration, litigation, family, criminal, and wills and estates. You can contact us at 905-270-5474, or you can visit our website at REALTOR.CA, and you can visit us at 315 Traders Boulevard East, Unit 3 in Mississauga. We're a family law firm, and we'd love to help your family out.
Popeyes has opened a brand new location in downtown Vancouver. Satisfy your craving for Cajun at this new location off West Georgia and Hamilton Street, where you'll find all your favorite Louisiana-inspired menu items. We sampled the unrivaled trio of sandwiches, the classic, the deluxe, and the blackened deluxe chicken sandwich, and all were delicious. All of the signature fried chicken is marinated for 12 hours, then hand-battered and breaded, served with Cajun fries and mac and cheese on the side. Plus, for a limited time, you can try Popeye's Crispy Chicken Wrap, available now until September 3rd. Check out the new Popeye's location at 700 Hamilton Street today. Who are you bringing with you? Tag them in the comments.
This is the latest opening in BC for Popeyes, with more openings coming soon in both Alberta and BC by PLK Group.
Love that chicken from Popeyes.
अगर आपको दुबई या मिडल ईस्ट नुमा जेवरात की तलाश है, तो आपको दूर जाने की बिल्कुल जरूरत नहीं। आज ही हमारे मिसिसागा रिचवे स्टोर तशरीफ लाइए। अल करम ज्वेलर्स। हमारे पास सोने के बेहतरीन कंगन, कड़े, झुमके, हार और सोने के सेट्स भी दस्तयाब हैं। शादी हो या मेहंदी या कोई भी फंक्शन, आपकी पसंद के तमाम जेवरात आपको हमारे स्टोर में मौजूद मिलेंगे। आज ही हमारे स्टोर पर तशरीफ लाइए। अल करम ज्वेलर्स, 3465 प्लैटिनम ड्राइव, यूनिट 99, मिसिसागा, या फिर कॉल करें 905-828-0009। अल करम ज्वेलर्स, फरमाइश आपकी, गारंटी हमारी।
डिक्सी इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स और अप्लायंसेस, जहां आपकी तमाम इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स और अप्लायंसेस की जरूरियात पूरी होंगी। हमारे पास आपको हर टॉप ब्रांड मौजूद मिलेगा, चाहे वो वर्लपूल हो या एलजी, सैमसंग हो या जनरल इलेक्ट्रिक्स। हम इन सब के ऑथराइज्ड डीलर हैं। आइए और हमसे 5 स्टार खिदमत का लुत्फ उठाइए। हम आपको तमाम अप्लायंसेस सबसे बेहतर और सस्ते दामों पर फराहम करेंगे, ये हमारी गारंटी है। विजिट आवर वेबसाइट www.dixieelectronics.ca या फिर हमें कॉल कीजिए 905-625-5900. At Dixie Electronics and Appliances, we sell quality and deliver confidence.
Evening and welcome to Realty Coffee Talk on Awaz in Tema in Canada, around the world. My name is Tahir Qureshi. I'm a fellow Rules Institute of Canada and broker of record for City Pro Realty Inc. Brokerage. We're talking about how real estate works in Ontario. We talk about regulatory part of it, that we have to have a license to practice and how we engage with the consumer. Then we have organized real estate part. We have 3 levels of organized real estate. First is your local board. Second one is Ontario Real Estate Association, provincial. Then you have a Canadian Real Estate Association, that's a federal. The realtor word that you use, that we all agents use, realtor, is a trademark of Canadian Real Estate Association. They provide also MLS. MLS is the copyright of Canadian Real Estate Association. So when we become member of let's say Toronto Regional Real Estate Board or Mississauga Real Estate Board or other boards, we subscribe to the membership through our local board to UREA and CUREA. So accessibility and use of the MLS through your local board is available. As of today, I am still member of Mississauga Real Estate Board. We have a special general meeting in which overwhelmingly members supported to terminate the amalgamation, to maintain the 90 years history of Mississauga Real Estate Board. We have yet to see the announcement from Mississauga Real Estate Board of Directors to implement the mandate given by the membership. Now, Toronto Regional Real Estate Board is also a TRAB that has about 75 to 80,000 members. They have MLS. Mississauga Board has an MLS. Mississauga Board, as of today, have joined ITSO with multiple boards to provide MLS system to members. It's called ITSO. TRAB has its own Toronto MLS system. So all member, for example, Mississauga Board, and if it's amalgamated with another cornerstone association of realtors, then there will be 4 boards together if happens on 1st of July. Then they will always have 2 MLS system, and many of the boards are now joining Toronto Regional Real Estate Board because they have the majority. How our industry evolves when we are real estate professional, all the MLS rules, realtor trademark use is regulated or organized by CUREA. Ontario Real Estate Association, which launched a health program for realtors recently, and they will lobby us for us in the province of Ontario. CUREA lobby us Canada-wide in the federal legislation that affects our profession, our industry. So the MLS data or Realtor.CA that you see as a consumer is paid by the members. Regardless they are member of Mississauga Board, ITSO Board, or other boards, or TRAB, Toronto Regional Real Estate Board. They are paid by the members. Consumer must understand that. When you search the property, millions of people and buyer and seller, they search the property on Realtor.ca. I'm talking about residential property, commercial as well. We have the professional side of the access. You have the public side of the access. And as you know, by law, our compensation doesn't take place until a transaction is completed. So we, as a real estate professional, provide services. In order to provide services, we have to have an education, we have to have a license, continuing education, we have to have a car, we have to have a gas money, travel money to make sure that we serve our client. We pay to the brokerage a portion of the commission that we earn, and we don't get paid until a transaction is completed in the province of Ontario. And sometimes there are issues happens within the brokerage. We have arbitration and professional standard system where if there is a complaint about a real estate professional, is reported to the board, and board decide certain thing, and also arbitration about commission dispute between the brokerage. If there is a criminality element and you report to RICO of significant damage or any violation of the law, you go to RICO.on.ca and complain. There's a process. And I mentioned to you, their process is education, registering, compliance, and consumer protection program. When you give your deposit, if you're dealing with a person who is licensed to practice in real estate, your deposit is protected. As long as the money is given to a brokerage that is registered with RICO. The agent that you use is licensed and registered with RICO. You can be licensed, but what happens if the license has expired and they have not been renewed, or there is any disciplinary action against a real estate person, broker, or the brokerage. So this is very important for you to go and check. And everybody should carry this RICO license with them while performing duties under the Act. It talks about the number for you, the person who's performing it, and the brokerage name and the brokerage number. And in the bottom it says expiry date. When it expires, my license expires March 29, 2025 at 1200 a.m. And it says this certificate must be in your possession while performing duties under the Act. This is requirement. So this is what you need to check to make sure the license is valid. It's a very comprehensive process, training, vigorous training, mentoring, education for real estate professionals. It's not easy. We're self-employed. We have to pay for the mortgage. We have to pay for the car. We have to pay for the auto insurance. We have to support our family, the insurance and food and supporting kids for education. So many things. We don't get paid until a transaction is completed. If you go and talk to a lawyer, you have to pay money to get opinion. Now, we can give you opinion unless you are our client. I think that's a good thing. RICO has now mandated it. Either you use it or you don't. You will be a self-representative party. So this is how real estate works in Ontario. For realtors, we are a member of the local board to get MLS system and services. We are a member of REIA that provide health-related services, and we pay a significant amount. Then we have a CREA where we have Realtor.CA. We also have Realtor trademark that we use. All these industries have their own code of ethics and professional standards. In addition to that, I have 6 designations. I'm a fellow Real Estate Institute of Canada. I'm a certified real estate specialist of Real Estate Institute of Canada. I'm a CIPS, Certified International Property Specialist with NAR, National Association of Realtors in Chicago, US. And also I'm an instructor with NAR CIP instructor as the instructor of REIC, Real Estate Institute of Canada, for their courses. We have scheduled a course for CIPS on July 22nd and 23rd. You go to REIC.ca and register for that. You will be in class. The global is local for real estate. This transformation of technology has opened board for small and large. Not only that you involved with buying and selling, you can also involve in a referral program, partnership. I will be conducting some more seminar on that. So this is how the real estate industry is functioning, particularly in the province of Ontario. Nobody can practice in real estate unless they are licensed by RECO to practice in real estate. So you have a salesperson, broker, or broker of record. All have to have a valid license to perform duties under the law. Experience of each person is different. Skill set, negotiating power. And when you have special designation, you have added value that you can provide to your client in their best interest. Protecting consumer interest is the top priority of our profession and the regulator. Thank you for watching Realty Coffee Talk on Awaz TV in Canada around the world. I request you go to visit realtycoffeetalk.com and you can watch all episodes that air on Awaz Entertainment in Canada around the world and provide your feedback when you visit my YouTube channel. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Goodbye for now. May God bless you all. May God bless Canada. Bye for now.